Khan. Okay, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. First of all, I'd like to give unlimited praises, glorification, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone GMS, and salutes to your brothers pushing this gospel, this good news throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and in truth and in honesty. Adawan Ratazar, which means Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And as we draw closer to the return of Yahushua Hamashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, we're going to see the signs of the times, okay, that the Lord prophesied magnify and increase in intensity and frequency, okay. We're going to see things become a lot more severe, harsh, and destructive, okay. Now, this article that you see in front of you from theguardian.com, okay, which was dated Monday the 31st of July 2023, which is the year that all prophecies hopefully come to pass, okay, coined and deemed by Elder Apostle Taha, okay. We we have, as the headline reads, Yellow Trucking Firm lays off its 30,000 American workers as it ceases operations, okay. And this firm has been running for a very good while now, okay. And that's going to be it's going to have a very big negative impact on the economy, goods and services, all right. And it's really going to affect the masses. It's going to affect the people in society, all right. Now, these people, in the world, man, they have a carnal mindset, and they won't realize anything, all right, especially in Babylon the Great, which is America. They're not going to realize, until it hits their doorstep, because they're used to being in a comfort world, instant gratification, things just come in like that, and that's the thing. So this means, empty stores coming, because these goods coming from these vehicles, it's like your veins and your arteries to help transport blood around the body, man. That's what these trucks are the equivalent to, in that sense, all right. And last time I checked, the majority of our people, or most of the nation of Israel, dare say all, right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and your Israelite foreigners, speckled birds, you don't own massive farmland to have cattle and to grow crops and things like that. We depend upon Esau, Edom, pursuant to the curses. We have to stay upon our enemy, okay. But the elect of the nation of Israel, they're going to rely totally on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So it says, the embattled US trucking company Yellow ceased operations on Sunday, and it has laid off all 30,000 of its workers, okay. And jobs are becoming more and more scarce. The economy is crumbling, okay, moving to a digital-based economy, all right. And the jobs that you tend to find are delivery type jobs, especially in with Amazon Prime, jobs like that, food delivery jobs. You have food delivery companies over here in the UK anyway. You have Just Eat, Deliveroo, Uber Eats. That's what's common and popular, all right. And even they're getting affected, you see. So it says Yellow, once one of America's dominant shipping companies, intends to file for bankruptcy, said the Teamsters Union, which represents employees of the firm. The filing would come after Yellow failed to reorganize and refinance more than $1 billion in debt. Right. And America whole is in debt. Trillions in debt, man. Just look up the US debt clock on Google and you'll see. And the people that are born there, they're born straight into debt too. It says the company, whose customers included Walmart and Home Depot, has been financially imperiled for years. It received a $700 million pandemic relief loan from the federal government in 2020, I said the word now, which loaded further debt onto a struggling service, right? And the scamdemic, man, that was very detrimental to certain businesses, okay? And where I worked, it was beneficial for mine, for me, okay? But a lot of things suffered under the scamdemic. The world is still recovering from that, It says earlier this month, Yellow averted a threatened strike by 22,000 Teamsters represented workers, and last week it said it was exploring opportunities to divest its third-party logistics company. Right, and last year was a year of many of strikes, non-stop in all major sectors, man. Okay, you know, in the hospital sector, educational sector, the construction sector, just strike upon strike. It's, you know, even trains and buses over here in the UK, even as well, strikes non-stop, man. You know, because people's paychecks are getting, you know, that's not going up. That's not going up. Okay, the cost of living is, inflation is, and hyperinflation is. All right, everything going up except wages. All right, so people are going to take to the streets. All right. Yellow has historically proven that it could not manage itself, despite billions of dollars in worker concessions and hundreds of millions in bailout funding from the federal government, the Teamsters General President Sean O'Brien said in a statement. The company claimed in June that the Teamsters Union was blocking restructuring and modernization efforts collectively known as One Yellow. The Teamsters Union had been negotiating a new contract with Yellow when it received a notice the company was ceasing operations, it said in a statement. Right, and, you know, more and more jobs are gonna go, man. Okay, this is just the beginning. So it says Yellow executives said its restructuring efforts were critical for the company's survival and ability to refinance about $1.3 billion of debt due to be repaid by 2024. We're not even far. Okay. More than half of the debt was attributed to the scamdemic era $700 million loan. That loan from the US government during Donald Trump's presidency was provided in a deal that handed 30% of Yellow to the US taxpayer. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much the article. Okay. So I thought I'd look up why trucking jobs are important just to get more information on this. And it said the trucking industry serves the American economy by transporting large quantities of raw materials, works in process, and finished goods over land, typically from manufacturing plants to retail distribution centers. That's right, very vital. Okay. And even overseas, you know, that's been affected too. All right, because a lot of truckers went on strike as well. All right, and a lot of them a lot of them had a strike concerning the juicy juice, you know, the stab and jab, not wanting to take it. All right. So you know, goods weren't transported efficiently enough. All right, which means certain stores can't get the materials and things that they need to sell. All right, and especially where food is concerned. All right, you know, when it comes to that, people's livelihood. All right, they're going to be, you know, affected badly. Okay, people in the state, if they can't feed themselves nor their family, especially have families, all right, they ain't gonna be the same. Okay, they're gonna riot and protest like crazy. Okay, because when you mess with people's food, man, that's you know, that's a whole nother thing. Okay, so let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 12, go verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Okay, and the keepers of the house going into the economists. Okay, people who watch the economy. Alright, like your Wall Street, things like that. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And that's certainly what we're seeing right now. Okay, and that's a lot of people laid off. 30,000. You know, 30,000 out of a job. Now they're gonna be, you know, may have to claim welfare. You know, just to try and, you know, balance themselves back up again until, you know, they find more work. Unless some of them are already self-employed. Okay. But even then, we're moving to a digital stage. All right, you can see with the central bank digital currencies becoming more and more, you know, pushed. Okay, because cash is going. All right, and soon they're going to implement the RFID micro CHIP, which is the mark of the beast. All right, and in order to buy and sell and deliver goods, you're going to need to take that CHIP. Okay, that's why we're warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, not to take that. Right, because you can't repent from that, man. And those that look out the windows be darkened. That's right, because the future of Esau Edom's kingdom is dark. The future of America is dark. And you can see it in the economy. You can see it in society. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and it's very low right now. Okay, and it's gonna get lower and lower. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, people setting their alarm clocks to, to go for work, things like that. Okay. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You see? So we're coming to a time of, like, there's time like no other since there was a nation. Okay. Most evil time ever. Let's get second address. I think it's second address, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe meaning misery, destruction, death. And this is Prophet Edra saying this, alright? For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's something that's going to become commonplace, and they show it in movies like The Purge, Walking Dead, except without zombies. It's going to be 10 times worse, but with people, man. Okay? People are going to be gunning after the police. They're going to have checkpoints, alright? And the police are going to be like, screw this. I'm going to have to defend me and my family, alright? So complete anarchy and lawlessness is coming. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's right, man. That's what it's coming to, man. Okay? No regard for each other, invading other people's properties, alright? To sustain themselves. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Alright? And you're going to see these supermarkets, these grocery stores, empty. Okay? People raiding every last bit that they can get, man. Okay? So yeah, that's where we are. So another article, 5 reasons why truck drivers are important to the economy. Trucking is integral to the country's economy. Drivers are responsible for transporting 70% of the United States freight. 80% of US communities are dependent on trucks for their medicine, food, raw materials, and other essentials. And when people can't get their medicine, okay, they're gonna get consumed by illnesses and diseases, right? Meaning more death. It says without the constant deliveries from trucks crossing state and country borders, many of us wouldn't be able to receive our needs or go about our daily lives. That's right. This is the website netradine.com. Okay. Major industries such as construction, healthcare, and utilities depend on behind-the-scenes work of truck drivers. It goes on to, transportation of essential goods and what they do. So we can see the mirth being stripped away. The Lord is, bringing and pronounced judgment already on Babylon the Great America. So it's just worse that on here. It's circling the drain. When you have someone in a hospice who's, terminally ill, and they just ain't getting better, alright? They're just waiting for, death to take them, because there's nothing they can do, man. Alright? They're in that cabbage or vegetable state, waiting to die. Okay. So that's where we're at. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Alright? If you're an Israelite and it's the first time watching my channel, repent, for the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai is at hand. So with that, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.